And so by the 79 and 1980 played for Rhodes, and 2 good years. But I felt as though coaching and playing that there was more to it. My best years were now going, and as a result of that, in 1981. Still warden of Buerto House, and in those days with soccer, I had a connection overseas, and Match of the Day. I don't know if you remember that.
On TV?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I used to get it came to PE.
Yeah, because we got TV in 1976. That's when it first started.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
But it was a cassette that was flown over the day.
And they showed it in the movies.
I showed it in the movies.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And I used to get it, it used to arrive on the Sunday in Port Elizabeth, ferried up to me, and every Wednesday night in Buerto House was Match of the Day. And we charged 50 cents. And all the guys in the university used to come, and that's how we raised money for our res.
Okay.
Well, 1981 comes. Angelo Baneri was Rhodes' goalkeeper. He was an exceptional keeper. He had been chosen. He had went on the South American tour, and he was like a son. I looked after him, made sure he studied. He was in Buerto House. And we had a meeting, and we said, listen, Ange, Hume Park approached us. And so Hume Park had a great tradition in Port Elizabeth. They had played in the national 2nd or 3rd division, a railway club, and so I left Rhodes. I was still studying at Rhodes, I was still warden at Rhodes, and Angelo and myself joined Hume Park in 1981. And that was
Port Elizabeth.
Port Elizabeth. And I played for Hume Park that year, and it was an exceptional year. We won everything, and I got chosen for the EP side to captain EP.
The Curry Cup.
The Curry Cup side. So I'd played for the SA universities for the years before that, and EP we played in Orkney. It was 1981. And we won the Curry Cup. And
I think I may have been part of that one. Cloud Barker was coaching us.
Cloud Barker was the coach.
We were in Orkney. Yeah.
Oh, so you were in that side,
yes,
the Natal side?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Yeah, I know we played Southern Transvaal in the final, and we beat them 1-0. And we never conceded a goal. And that's where guys like Frankie Blues and Apple Manor and Mike Duff, Aubrey Duff, that Boise van Rensburg, that was an exceptional Eastern Province side. And EP soccer was different to Natal amateur soccer. It was very physical, very physical. They were proper Curry Cup players. They could play 6 games, in a week. They were tough boys. And I found that the biggest difference, where Natal was more skills-based, that was more physical. So we won the Curry Cup, and I was captain of that side. And just to mention, in '77, with the SA Curry Cup side, just going back a bit, we travelled to Southwest Africa, and we played in Windhoek and down in Walvis Bay. Walvis Bay was the finest field I've ever played on. It was called the Jan Wilkins Stadium. It was it was cut like a bowling green, and it was dark green, something to do with sulfur in the air. And that was the very first multiracial Southwest African team that was ever picked. So Southwest Africa played in the Curry Cup every year, but that was the first time they picked a multiracial side. And think of Simon Else was in that side, Terry Watson. There were a couple of guys. I'm not sure if Mark Holbrook was in that side, but we beat them 8-0. Wonderful game. We had a great time in Southwest. Always looked after. And so we come back to the story in 81 with Hume Park. And at the end of that year, there was a team called Drosty Park, Uitenhage, very close to Dispatch, where Dani Gerba and Rassie Erasmus come from. Little town inland from Port Elizabeth. At the end of that 1981, I was blessed to be EP Soccer Player of the Year, and as a result went forward into the finals of the EP Sportsman of the Year. It was Kenny Watson, remember the fast bowler for South Africa, lovely man, Dani Gerba.
He's an avid football follower, Kenny Watson.
Is he? I haven't spoken to Kenny for a year, but he always used to come and watch Hume Park play. Lovely man. And as I say, Dani Gerba, there was, I remember there was a hockey player also in the final, but there were 6 of us. And as was the norm, Dani Gerba, South Africa's greatest centre ever, was the EP Sportsman of the Year that year. I was blessed just going forward in 79, in my first year at Rhodes, that I was invited to go down to Stellenbosch and receive the State President's Award for soccer. And
which state president presented it?
It was State President Viljoen.
Okay.
And it was a result of my years at Stella, funny enough, and captaining the SA side.
Has anyone else received that award? To your
Enzo,
knowledge?
to my knowledge, no. To my knowledge, not. And so I have that award.
Not for a footballer, anyway.
No, because, you know, rugby and athletic and those kind of things. So that was for me the pinnacle of my soccer days. And then to head back to the end of 1981, I played for us Drosty Park. And there were the Snyman brothers. There were like 5 of them playing for that side. And one of them was Anton Snyman, who played Springbok baseball and played EP soccer. Very talented guy and a superb person. And we were leaving Hume Park. He played for Hume Park as well, and he said, please come and play for us. We've got a field in the middle of the railway lines. It's a railway club, beautiful clubhouse in Uitenhage. Just give us 1 year. And so, you know, Angelo Boneri, the goalkeeper, and myself, we joined them. And it was in the middle, and our coach was Hugh Maxwell.
Okay.
Remember him?
I remember
Twiggy,
he played for
yes,
Port Elizabeth City, didn't he?
correct, when they won the
Yeah,
professional
was he the
league.
captain? I think he may have been captain as well.
Yeah, he was a character, and Hughie was years ahead of his time as a coach. And we had a fantastic year. And he initiated that the goalkeeper went up for corners.
Okay.
So, you know, he
But we
tried
had like
things.
in the last minute of a game, or
No,
during the
right
course of a
through.
game?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
Angelo would go up, he was tall and he scored a goal or two, and
Okay.
it was
did
different.
it ever backfire?
It backfired once. And, you know, but
Did it affect the result of the game?
no, it didn't. But it was always something new. And, you know, we enjoyed our year. We partied, and that little maroon Volkswagen.
Still going.
And George Byron wrote an article. The following year was my last year, and I played at Rhodes. Again, I then rejoined Rhodes for my last year. That particular Drosty side, it was very unfortunate that the league and the cup finals went into the exam period at Rhodes. And so we needed a draw in our final match on the Saturday to win the league, and the cup final was on the Sunday. We were playing P City. And we had started exams at Rhodes. And there was never going to be my decision. I was there for my academics first and foremost. And so I withdrew, and Angelo withdrew from the side and got beaten in both games. And so Drosti finished second in the league and lost the cup final. And it's something I always regret from a footballing side, but our academics was. And so my final year, played for Rhodes again, and that was my final year that I captained the South African Currie Cup side. And
Was that 83?
83.